years ago, America's first breed of horse was recognized. That was the American Morgan horse. The breed was founded by a stallion foaled in 1793. His exact parentage is unknown, but this does not detract from the stamp that he's placed on the horse world and on the history of our country. What made the young stallion unique? Well, in a word, his versatility. The Justin Morgan horse had the ability to work all week on the farm and then transform into a handsome harness horse for the weekend trips to town or church. On Sunday afternoons, he amazed many by besting the fastest trotting horses in races. Today, the Morgan horse is shown and used in every equine discipline. If a member of the equine world can do it, the Morgan horse can excel in it. The visual characteristics of the Morgan include an expressive head with prominent eyes, a slightly dish nose, and small ears, a neck that comes out of a well-angulated shoulder, a compact body with a short back, broad loins, well-sprung ribs, and a long, well-muscled croup with tail attached high. The legs are straight, well-defined, and built for athletic performance. The Indiana Morgan Horse Club is especially proud this year to present two special representatives of this versatile breed. Both Morgans showcased today were rescues that were fortunate enough to be taken in by caring Morgan horse lovers. Our first Morgan representative today is Blake, a 9-year-old black Morgan gelding. Blake is owned by Dr. Jane Howard of Martinsville, Indiana, and shown today by Michaela Walker of Aurora, Indiana. Blake has been isolated in a pasture his entire life as a stallion with no herd mates and no human contact. It was love at first sight when Dr. Howard, a 30-year Morgan horse enthusiast, found and purchased the beautiful 8-year-old black stallion. Thus began a spiritual journey for the two of them. Blake was gelded and allowed to be just a horse for 6 months, bonding with his pasture mates, learning the pecking order and other things that horses do in a herd environment. At the end of 6 months, a journey of mutual trust was undertaken with small steps added each day. And one day, Dr. Howard said to him, "All these months I've taught you to trust me. Today, I'll trust you." She climbed on him bareback with only a bitless bridle, and he licked his lips. Dr. Howard knew that Blake would need more advanced training than she could provide, so she attended a Western dressage clinic led by Michaela Walker. Michaela has been mentored by some of the best horsemen in the country and is now mentoring other up-and-coming riders. When Michaela met Jane Howard's Morgan horse Blake, there was an instantaneous partnership between them. As soon as she started working with him on the ground, true to his Morgan heritage, he was willing and responsive. Blake readily displayed the Morgan traits of athleticism and great learning aptitude. There was nothing lost in translation from the ground as she moved into the saddle and started working with him from his back. It is Michaela's honor today to ride and show this wonderful Morgan horse. Look for Blake and Dr. Howard parading proudly with the red hats and purple chaps equestrian unit in a parade near you this year. Our second Morgan ambassador is Chopin, an 8-year-old Morgan gelding. Chopin is owned by Kevin Waller and R.W. Morgans of Frankfort, Indiana, and is being shown today by Kevin. Now, Kevin has been involved with the Morgan breed for more than 35 years. Chopin was a stallion under the age of 3, and during his early life, he developed some very un-Morgan-like, dangerous, aggressive behaviors, including biting, striking, kicking, and even flipping over backwards. Chopin had been with 2 different training stables during those years and was finally deemed too dangerous and was slotted to be euthanized. Kevin, a student of Pirelli Natural Horsemanship and a Level 3 refinement graduate in the Pirelli program, became aware of Chopin's fate and he intervened. Kevin is especially adept at working with problem horses and thought that maybe he'd be able to help this beautiful horse. Kevin and Chopin have traveled a rocky road together. The day that Kevin arrived with the trailer, he watched as Chopin dragged the groom, trying to lead him down the aisle. Kevin believes that Chopin became fearful of humans at an early age, and as a result, anytime he was afraid, he'd do whatever it took to be left alone. During their 5-year tenure together, Kevin has experienced Chopin's excessive behavior firsthand, including being bitten no less than 16 times. Fortunately for Chopin, when faced with a challenge, Kevin never quits. There was a point in time when Kevin's family agreed that if anything should happen to him, they would have Chopin euthanized. Fortunately, Chopin has learned that he can trust Kevin and has become Kevin's partner and also accepted the other members of his family. Within a year, Kevin was able to show Chopin in hand, and look how far they've come now in 5 years. Yeah. Chopin has learned that he can trust humans. He's a success story because of his never-ending love of horses. It's his pleasure to showcase his beautiful Morgan horse, Chopin, today. So when considering your next horse purchase, you need to look no further than to the Morgan horse. 200 years later, they're still carrying on the proud tradition of giving their best, pleasing their owners, and capturing the hearts of horse lovers everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Morgan horses in the ring, Blake and Chopin. Great stories, both of them, great stories. And we love happy endings, don't we?
You did good today, didn't you? Yeah, impressive.
That's not a horse, that's a dog.
And the answer wasn't much better.